Now there is another program. What we are going to discuss is that is if my recursive program is called only for the half of the problem. See, you have done binary search. What you have done in that, when you are performing this recursion statement, you are only performing it for one side, one half side of the problem, either the left hand side or in the right hand side where your problem was divided into half. Let's suppose I'm having this problem. Void xyz int n, and if there is a condition, if where I'm checking if n is greater than 1, then what you do is you execute some statements, and then my problem is called recursively only half, for half the leftover part, for the half part of the problem. So I can say that if my problem is t of n, then the recursive problem will only be tn minus 2. If my statements take 1 unit of time in program, and my if statement also take 1 unit of time. So I can say that the recurrence relation Tn that I would be getting will be Tn equals to Tn by 2 plus 1. See, I'm getting 2 over here, but I'm writing it as 1 because it is some constant. So I'm taking it as 1 to generalize the statement. For my n is greater than 1, I'll just tell you why I have not taken 0 over here. For the time being, just understand the problem with 1. Okay. For my n is equals to 1, the value will be equals to 1. So my problem was Tn equals to T n by 2 plus 1. This is my first equation. I have to substitute the value of n by 2. So I'm going to use Tn by 2 using this equation. So my Tn by 2 becomes T n by 2. This will be divided by 2 again, plus 1. So this becomes as T n by 2 raised to the power of 2 plus 1. So I can write my equation as Tn equals to T n by 2 raised to the power of 2 plus 1. This is my second equation. Now I want the value of this one. So this becomes T n by 2 raised to the power of 2, which is equals to T n by 2 raised to the power of 2 divided by 2 plus 1. Substituting back in this equation, Tn becomes as T n by 2 raised to the power of 3 plus, okay, I have not copied this 1, so I'm going to add 1 over here. So this becomes 1 plus 1 plus 1. So this approximately becomes 3. So I can say that if I'm getting 3 over here, I'm getting 3 over here. That is, my 1 is executed 3 times. So I can say this is 3 into 1 time 1, yani 1 3 times is become equals to 3. So if I say that my program run for k times until the stopping condition is met, I can write it as Tn equals to T n by 2 raised to the power of k plus 1, that will be repeated for k times. So this statement become as T n by 2 raised to the power of k plus k into 1, right? Now I have to make this as some stopping condition, right? Now just check it out. I have taken over here is n equals to 1. So my problem becomes n by 2 raised to the power of k equals to 1. Okay. Now you can understand why I have taken 1 over here and not a 0. Okay, because if I'll take n equals to 0, I will be getting no answers. Right. So I have changed my recurrence relation according to my problem. So what you can say is, for dividing problems, it is a best practice to take n equals to 1 and not n equals to 0. Because if you can generally check, I have to substitute everything over here to something. So if I'll substitute it as 0, I'll get n equals to 0. So the best practice was that n by 2 equals to 1. So I'll get some value of n over here. Okay. So coming back to my problem, my n becomes equals to 2 raised to the power of k. If I take log both sides, it becomes log n equals to log 2 raised to the power of k. Log n becomes k log 2. This becomes log n by log 2 equals to k. So I can say the value of k is log n base 2. This, okay. So coming back to my problem, this was my problem. So the whole statement become as t n by 2k is equals to 1 plus some k value. So I can say that the value of tn is t of 1 becomes some 1 constant. It is equals to k, which is equals to log n base 2.